What's going on? Can anybody hear me? It's been a while since I've done this, so hey, Troy's on. Hey, Mar's on. Starting to get a few people on. Steve Dangelmeyer, how are you, champion? Steve Phillips, Corey Hurl. Good to see. Hey guys, how we been doing? Jess, hi mate. Big smile please from Mar. There you go, Mar. That's as good as it gets. Fresh fades today, thanks to Matt. I've got to stop bumping this screen. I've got to remember to do that. So that's looking. Get back into the track bar. Yeah, Mick Barrett. Yep, the man. Hey, Disco Dean Ferris, mate. Still representing, mate. Once again, loud and clear. That's what I like to hear. Hey guys, it's been a while. I've been. I don't know. It's been a strange year, hasn't it? And Chris Wilcox, hey mate, how are you? Darren Gay, hello champion. Hey Mark, still a few coming on. Good to see you. Hey guys, thanks very much for your support. Hey Cowie, thanks heaps for your support. I've been a bit quiet. I've been a bit quiet because it's been a strange year, and I sort of put all my eggs in one basket, I guess, to some degree. And leaned on. I had some reliance on some stuff coming up, and voices giving loud feedback. Anyone else getting the feedback? Apparently, there's some feedback there. Hey, Rish, Ronald Shaw, still coming on. Sorry, guys, I'm going to read the comments. Says Emily, hello, how you going? Didn't run out of fuel today, I hope. Arcus, hello, champion. Anyway, as I was saying. I mean, like we all know, it's been a strange year, and I sort of relied heavily on 2020 being a good year for me in terms of made some big life choices at the end of last year, in October last year, so nearly 12 months, which is crazy in itself. And I moved up to Gladstone and took a new job opportunity and just changed life totally. So when everything sort of fallen apart, I guess, earlier in the year, with everything going on, and I don't have to tell you what's going on, guys. And I've got to say, I've got to shout out, of course, to all our Victorian friends. Our Victorian friends, which are really, really struggling at the moment. It's if you no feedback, Peter Lego says good. Thanks, mate. Hey, CJ, how are you, champion? Our Victorian friends, which are really having a tough time. I was listening. I listen to a lot of podcasts, guys, and mainly American comedians. So I've probably got a fair 5 or 6 at my stable that I work my way through. I don't watch much TV in terms of. I just don't want to watch what's on TV at the moment. I haven't done for a couple of years, to be honest with you. So a bit of Netflix, and I watch a lot of, like I said, these podcasts by mainly American comedians, and they just, I don't know, they give you some energy, and you know, the guys are obviously funny, being comedians. They just give you some energy and jokes and carry on, and it's just good, just to unwind, so I like to watch a lot of that. But I was watching a podcast the other day, and they were saying that Melbourne, currently, the restrictions in place in Melbourne are the worst in the world. The restrictions are the greatest in the world. Like nowhere else on earth is the restrictions so bad as Melbourne in this COVID time. So guys, we got some events coming up here in Queensland, and we like to see, you know, people like to travel to these events. There's big events coming up, and unfortunately we won't be able to see any of our Victorian friends for a little while because they are shut down. So, but yeah, so guys, I've been quiet. As I said, with everything going on, and I haven't said a lot because, you know, I just sort of held back because there's people with obviously some genuine issues. Johnny Ricker, yeah, so shit down here, mate. Yeah, mate, I feel for you guys, honestly, I really do. It's crazy times, but what was I saying? It's just crazy times, and like I said, I haven't said a lot of because there's people with genuine issues. There's people with businesses that can't open because of COVID. There's people with obviously family members that are sick. Yeah, lots of people's jobs in jeopardy or on hold, so people are worrying about how they're going to pay for their house, pay their bills, and of course the banks have jumped in, I guess, to some degree there, but still, it's a concern, and so it's not easy times for people, and I don't know when it's all going to end, but like I said, I sort of went out on a limb and I decided to move up here, and work's been really excellent, and the people there, my Mark and Anita and all the team there, have been fantastic and very supportive. But even like for us, I mean, it was a strange times because like April, it was pretty dire. There were some genuine concerns that maybe our business, we might have to close for a bit because, the income just wasn't there. But what's happened is, strangely, and I think just talking to a lot of people in the mechanical sector, so I think most of you guys know I work at a Harley Davidson dealership up here in Gladstone, but we've been flat out. So April was pretty dire, but May, June and onwards has just been crazy busy, and we've been just absolutely flat out, and it's probably only just begin to slow down maybe a little bit in the last week or so. So that's been crazy, but as I was saying, that I put a lot of emphasis and I relied a lot on what I was going to do in 2020. So I wanted to obviously get myself settled in to a totally new area. Like I'd probably only been to Benarabi, which is 20 minutes down the road a few times, but I'd never actually been into Gladstone until I come here about this time last year, and I'd never actually sort of been in town. I'd been in the Tannin, which is down the road, but I'd never actually been in the Gladstone, and all of a sudden I moved here. So I moved to a totally new place. So that was, I don't know. Like I said, I put all my eggs in one basket, and here I am. But I was looking forward. I had a pretty strong year, 2019, with what I love to do, and that's the commentary. And it means a lot to me, and a lot of gigs. And I was looking forward to stuff, and when you got dates planned or when I'm booked for dates, it gives me a lot of energy, and it gives you something to look forward to. So when all that stopped, I sort of fell in a bit of a hole, I'll be honest with you. And a bit lost, and a lot of people are, and of course, and I didn't do a lot, so I just sort of gave up because I thought I didn't have the energy to put myself out there, I guess. So I thought I'll just be quiet, I'll sit back, I'll do my own thing, and we'll just see, and how it goes. But sort of really fell in a hole, guys. So look, I don't want to dwell on too much about it, but what I do want to do, and I hope this, and I don't want it for sympathy, I just want to say it to some people, and particularly guys, sometimes you have to realise where you are and what your head's doing, and that you might need to source help. And I had some pretty low times, I'll be honest with you, this year. So I reached out and I sought help, I probably made some, I don't know, I probably do it for a reason, but I reached out a couple of times, maybe on Facebook, just with some posts and that, and people give me support, and people might say that's the wrong thing to do, but it helps me, and that's all I'm going to say. It helps me, but so I've been getting some help, and I think you have to do it. I don't know. Gone are the times, especially as a guy, gone are the times that you just got to suck it up. You know what I mean? Suck it up, deal with it, and just shut up and shut up and deal with it. But I don't know. There seems to be so much pressure on everyone these days. There's so much going on in life. So I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, I think I've mentioned to it. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I've actually sought some help. And I'm going and getting some. I'm speaking with psychologists, and I'm not look, I'm not chasing sympathy. I'm just saying, and I'm helping. I'm hoping that somebody's listening that thinks, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's an option, and I should go and do it. And it's just good to talk things out with someone, and someone that's got experience. So like my psychologist up here, I've only been a couple of times, but a really good guy, and he's been doing it for 30 years. So I guess he knows, he can see signs, he understands how to deal with, how to ask the right questions, how to get stuff out of you. So it's been really good, guys, and I needed to do it, and I really needed to do it. And once again, I'm not chasing. I'm hoping that maybe someone's listening, or somebody knows someone that needs some help, and it's not a hard thing to do. And it's like, look, I'll be honest with you, I went to my doctor, and you can get on it's called a mental health plan, and from that mental health plan you can get, I think, 6 sessions free through Medicare. So it's not even that, it's not expensive, obviously, because it's through Medicare, and if that's what you need to get through, it is what you need. And it's been super helpful, guys. So that's all I'm going to say in terms of that. I want to shout out to a few people, and I won't mention you, but there's a lot of people that have just randomly, like, live with this bloody thing. You know, we all do it these days. This is part of me. This bloody phone, it just rules our lives, but it is what it is. And people message me and offer me, offer support and just ask how I'm going. And I think it's good. We've lost the art of communication a bit. Remember the days, maybe, like, I know I grew up sort of in Brisbane, but, if you were sitting at a bus stop, you might be sitting there and you might just start chatting to someone. Well, now we don't. We all sit there and we head down and we're on this thing the whole time, and we're looking at Facebook, or we're playing a game, or we've just lost the art of communication. And even now, we don't even ring. Like, I got mates for 40 odd years, a real good group of mates, and one of them's going through some hard times at the moment, but the first, we text message, like, we've just lost the art. You don't just pick up the phone and maybe ring and talk, and you can get a feeling for where the person's at. And I don't know, Dave Hunter dick pits, eh? Honestly, mate, wouldn't expect anything less from you. Good on you, champion. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So anyway, I guess I'm starting to recover a little bit. And I started to work with, I know that you guys showed me some support with this, and it's something I like doing, but I haven't been able to. I haven't been in the right headspace, so I haven't done it. So I want to shout out firstly to Sam and Vic at the Operation Radial Freedom. So the guys got on to me maybe a couple of months ago now and said, look, mate, we want to put you on the show. We love what you do. Just come on, we'll do like around the grounds or something, and we'll just have a bit of a chat to you each week. And guys, I want to thank you heaps for your support. Those guys are having a red hot go, and like anything with that, they're very passionate. The guys are very passionate, and like anything with that, unfortunately, there is there's some naysayers and some haters out there, and the boys obviously go up and down a little bit with that, and I'm the same. Like, you can have 50 people say you're doing a good job. One person might just have a bit of a whinge about something you're doing, and you reflect on that. So, sometimes that hurts. And so anyway, so I've sort of, like I said, I've just been quiet. So I've been thinking, okay, maybe I need to get back into it. Head's starting to get back in the right place. I've been doing a few gigs, and I've got more coming up, which is great. And a little bit of uncertainty, I guess, because we don't know what's going on with this COVID, like whether events are not happening because of it. Travelling interstate doesn't look like it's an option at the moment. But once again, having something to look forward to, the dates ahead, it gives you energy, and it gives you something to look forward to, because, like, in this time, everyone's sort of going, well, what do? We don't know what's happening, and we don't know. Next week we could be sitting at home with masks on, and I don't know, work might be closed down, or this, and it's the I guess it's the not knowing that's the hardest part. of 2020. That's 100% where it is. So anyway, so I've been trying to gear myself up, to get back into it. And like I said, the boys from Operation Radio Freedom have been helping me get me on the show each week, and that's been giving me some energy. I've got a number of people that have given me a heap of support, and I won't mention any names, but man, I really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. And it's, I don't know, it gives you some, a bit of love. It is good, makes you feel better, and just, it's good. So anyway, so I've got a few gigs coming up, which has been fantastic. I think I've got still, I signed on for another one again the other night, so that's all I need. And guys, I think I know. I think you guys know that if you've seen me or heard me do announcing or commentating, you understand what it means to me. Hey, it's my happy place, and it means a lot to me. And I'm probably gibbering on a bit, guys. I apologise. I'm a bit out of swing, but I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported me. And here I am. But yeah, so I was gearing up to it because I'm feeling better, because I'm getting things out and I'm sorting some stuff out, and I'm just trying to focus on some things that are going on. What do we got? Benny Winter, hello mate. How you doing, Power Cruise? Yeah, Steve Dangamwide, mate. I am. I'm off there this weekend. Arcus, thank you, mate. Thank you. Big bingo call, best bingo call ever. We should do bingo one day. That'd be good. Yeah. So looking forward to that. So some gigs coming up, and that's what gives me the energy. So I'm thinking I've got to get back into the show. And I'm just trying to work out a routine for myself and trying to get stuff sorted. Anyway, so I don't want to mention any names, but somebody gave me the shits the other day, and I just thought, well, hang on. Because I hadn't replied to a message of theirs, and I haven't replied to quite a few messages because I've been trying to think of myself, trying to get my own shit sorted. Anyway, so someone got a bit upset the other day, a racer, and like I said, I won't mention any names, but asked me for some information or a little bit of help, and I didn't respond. But not the only person. I've got stuff going on, and like I said, I'm trying to focus on myself a little bit. Anyway, so he got the shits the other day, and I sort of thought, well, hang on. I try to do as much as I can, and I shouldn't be, I don't know, why upset that I'm looking after myself. Anyway, so he didn't understand. So that night I went, that's it. I'm coming back. I'm just going to do what makes me happy, and I'm going to thank those people that have been helping me. So here I am. This is it. First show back. And guys, thank you very much for coming on, and just sharing with me. So got fresh fades today. I got Matt up here at Crown to Rain. He's a killer barber, so just a good bloke. So even that makes me feel better, fresh outlook, because I've been looking a bit scraggly over the last few days. What do we got? Cheesecake. Yeah, no cheesecake left. Jody, Adrian Brown, we appreciate you and what you do. You wear your heart on your sleeve. Mate, thank you. Thanks very much, man. It means a lot. Good on you, brother. You're a champion, and I think if you're passionate about things, it makes things. If that's what gives you energy, put everything into it. And I put a post up the other day. So I want to quick shout out also to Benaraby Raceway and the team there. So Mike and Viv and Beck and all the team out there. So they, obviously because I moved into this town, they did inquire with me previous to this to do some, to do the announcing there, and I didn't want to, I'm not going to lie, guys, I do get paid on occasions for what I do, so they weren't too sure about that, because they do have some locals that have been doing it here for a long time. They did approach me, and I have done a couple of gigs there. I did all bikes last year and a couple of other gigs. Anyway, so they approached me again only a few months ago, and I said, yeah, I'd love to do it. Obviously, I did all bikes. and I did the event before that, the track championship. And it did upset a couple of people there. Like I said, there is a couple there, guys. Some people there that do the announcing there from time to time. So unfortunately, they're a little bit off put. But the fact that the guys got me in, and I apologise. Like, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, and I just do the best I can. But those guys appreciate it. The team there at Benaraby appreciate it. And I think all the racers appreciate it. So that's good for me. And unfortunately, those guys are. There's a couple of guys that usually do it are upset. I don't know. What can I do? I apologise. I'm just doing what I do, and I give it my everything. And they've resigned from the club and everything. They've taken some rather drastic action. I don't want to take people out of the sport, but it's been good. Sorry, guys. I just read in the comments here. So anyway, so I've got some more gigs coming up at Benaraby. So once again, guys, thank you. I can't do the next one, which is Saturday week up here. But like I said, it's strange times in these COVID times. Tracks can't run events that they want to run. So it's been good that some of the tracks are really putting on a big effort to put a COVID plan in place and all this sort of stuff. And it's not easy to do, but going through the right channels and making it happen. So hats off to those guys, because there's been 3 or 4 events in the last month at Benaraby, which has just been fantastic. It looks good, Shagga. Daniel Patrick, thank you, mate. What do you need to do? Yep, better, mate. Jace Cowing, no, I haven't. So Jace Cowing just put a comment up there, been for a hot lap in brown sugar yet. So Mark, my boss at work, he's always doing stuff and buying stuff. And anyway, so he bought a car the other day. It's a mate of mine car from Rockhampton. So that's what brown sugar is. VB Commodore. No, apparently we're picking it up this week, mate, so we'll see it soon. Mick Apps, mate, good to have you on. Mate, a shame to see you not where you were previous, mate, at QR there, mate. You put in a lot of effort over the years, mate, but I'm sure you'll kick on, and with your events are fantastic, mate, so thank you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. So I got a pretty full-on calendar, and it's been good to get some gigs and to have something, like I said, to look forward to. So the next few weeks, guys, I've got Power Cruise this weekend. So tonight, Tuesday night, obviously tonight. Thursday, straight after work, I fly straight to Brisbane. I'm staying with my wonderful friends Jess and Nicole and Carl's and that's Thursday night. And Power Cruise Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Power Cruise 82 at Queensland Raceway. Guys, if you're in the Brisbane area or southeast Queensland area, make sure you get out to Power Cruise this weekend. From all accounts, record entries, because people want something to do. Because they've been cooped up at home or uncertain about what's going on. So it's good to have some events happening. So yeah, that's this weekend, so I'll be there. I'm looking forward to that one. Then straight back on a plane first thing Monday morning, just in time to get to work for Monday. And then Friday morning, I'll probably be heading off about 3 o'clock in the morning to Mackay. So my first event in Mackay this weekend, and I love the guys in Mackay. They're just a fantastic group of people. It's a wonderful place to go. They really look after me. I love it. But I haven't been there this year. I haven't been able to be because everything going on. And then those guys have their own dramas. So the computer system, the timing system, they shit itself. And I'm just going to give you guys a bit of an insight into... So drag racing's a bit archaic in that some of the stuff we use is still real old school. And some of that is the timing system. So there's basically only 2... timing systems in drag racing in the world. Like, that's it. You can use a CompuLink system or a Portatree system. That's it. You don't have any options. Now, both of these systems are based on DOS programs. So, like, some of your kids wouldn't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But when we're talking about computer operating systems from, like, the early 90s, even earlier, that's what they're based on. That's what seems to work. So unfortunately, Mackay, Palmyra Dragway lost their timing system. Something happened to it. It's died. They can't get parts for it with everything going on with COVID. So from what I believe, CompuLink's supplier of optic fibre and all the stuff that they need to make that system work is closed in America. Just closed down because everything going on over there. And if you read between the lines over there, it's pretty ugly in some areas of America at the moment. So just today, announcement come through, and the guys have been working, I can tell you, tirelessly behind the scenes to get things happening again there at Palmyra. They've gone out, well, one of their great sponsors, Coal Rock. Just unreal. Glenn and the team at Coal Rock are unbelievable. They've gone out and they bought a completely new timing system, porter tree system, which is the other option. They bought a complete system and they put that in place and have it operating today. And they're hoping to have it a test and tune this Saturday prior to next weekend's Powerfest. So Powerfest up there next weekend is drag racing and burnouts and a car show and just a fantastic event that Jason Earl and the team are putting together. And Insane Performance, I'm going to give Insane Performance a shout out because they're the major sponsor of the event. So I'm off to do that next weekend. So I haven't done a Powerfest before, so that's fantastic. It's going to be great to get back to, so like I said, into Mackay and then back to Palmyra again because I've missed you guys. I've missed my Shagga Shack. So for those of you guys that don't know, the guys went and built me like a little room up there in a container. So there's a shipping container up there. They closed off the last 10 feet of it. I've got a double bed in there. It's air-conned. Like, who does that? Who does that for someone? But, you know, that's what they did for me, and I love it. And I haven't been able to use my Shagga Shack this year. But so I'm looking forward to getting back there for that. And it's just the same. Like I said, it's a shame that events clash at times, but I've made a commitment, obviously, to Powerfest, and it's on the same weekend. So if you can't be there, make sure you're at Banaraby for the next round of the championship. So there's a busy weekend there next weekend. Following weekend, I'm back in Brisbane again. Now, I'm not working this time because I still haven't had an opportunity to work at Willowbank again. Look, honestly, in the future, I hope that rectifies itself and I'll get another shot. But anyway, it is what it is at the moment. But Kenda Radial Redemption, and once again, the boys are there put in a massive effort to make that happen. So 3 weekends in a row, I'm living the dream. Like I said, I'm working. So I shouldn't call it working. It's not working for me. I'm on the mic this weekend at Power Cruise. I'm on the mic at Powerfest, and I'll be there with my mates and fellow radial racers and just that wonderful crew at Willowbank the following weekend. So things are good. Things are looking up. Things are happening, and when things are happening, I'm happy. And like I said, it gives me energy and it gives me something to focus on, and which is amazing. So I hope all you guys are well. I don't know things are good. Let's go over some events that I've done recently. So all bikes, with everything going on. So the guys were saying, like Mike and Viv and all the team here at Banaraby, usually plan 6 months in advance for that event, and it's a big effort. And this time with it, COVID times and the uncertainty and that, so they really only got the go-ahead like a month before the event. And they said, well, we'll put it together in 30 days. 180, it was 180 plus. Might have been 186 entries it finished up at, which is just fantastic. Lots of people travelling from all over the place. Lots of guys come up from Brisbane, from north, come down. But 180 entries at an event's just fantastic. 950 odd passes on race day. Friday night was the test and tune. There was 400 odd passes there, and everyone had a fantastic time. It was a long day. On the mic for 14 hours, and it numbs the brain. I remember we did a QDRC event at Willowbank, so about 2 or 3 seasons ago, and well, it'll be 3 seasons ago because I haven't been there for a couple of years. a QDRC event went for 17 hours, and somebody recorded the last section of it, so probably the last hour or so, and we were legit talking absolute gibberish. Like we weren't even making full sentences because the mind just sort of numbs. It's actually quite an effort. Like people say, you're just sitting there in the aircon and on the microphone and just talking, but it's actually quite an effort. The brain's going the whole time, and I try to take I try to make an effort to remember times and details about races and just little bits and pieces, and I think that just saps all your energy. And I always give, like I said on my post the following day, I always give what I consider 110%, and I can tell you I do because the next day I'm a zombie. And back in the day when I used to do the Winter Nationals, like you think 4 consecutive days, 12 plus hours a day, and even though you had shared stints and we used to, obviously go in and out for different shifts and that, after 4 days, and Beck, my ex-wife, will tell you that, I was just an absolute zombie. I couldn't even talk, think, just stuff like that. So it's an effort, guys. It is an effort, but I love doing it. And I think it's like anything. If you put a lot of effort into something, you're gonna be tired at the end of it. So what do we got? Window licking fun. There we go. I don't want to see your Shagga Shack, David Hunter. But anyway, so 14 days, just fantastic racing at all bikes, all sorts of variety, which is great to see. And you see that a lot at the regional tracks, which I love. So I love the regional tracks in terms of, we saw everything from, there was a Lambs class. So the Lambs class, we had scooters in there. Actually, Dave Finlayson come up on his little Z50, and I think he ended up running 17. He ran a 17 something. He was in the 18s a couple of times, and then ran a 17, and then broke it. But a little Z50, a couple of scooters, and right the way through, Harleys, Hayabusas, and we had the historic bracket, which was some real old cool bikes, and I don't know, it was excellent. It was just a fantastic event. Everyone had a great time. Partied on later on, so a couple of people took a while to recover. So my workplace, not only do we do just the Harleys as well, we do so Alpha Performance Engine is a branch of our business there, and we specialise in performance Harley engines and upgrades, and we got bikes. We got bikes coming from all over the country. We got engine kits and performance packages and cams and everything going all over the place to New Zealand, all over Australia. So I think we had in total, including customers, we had, I think we worked out 16 bikes there. So out of the 188 entries, we had 16 bikes there just from our little group. And I think the slowest of our Harleys there on the weekend went 1180s. So 16 bikes under 1180s is pretty solid for tractors, as they're called. 188, Alicia Trowick. I thought I said 186, it was 188. Nick Petrevsky, hello champion. So we had an excellent weekend. And not only that, but my boss Mark, so our Alpha Performance, Ape for short. So we call it the Ape. It's the ape thing and the monkeys and the gorillas, and we joke all about that. But the king of the apes is our white road king, I should say. So that's a 143 cube engine. And just to give you a bit of an insight, guys, for those that don't know, so that bike standard comes out with a 107 cube engine, and we upgraded ours. We built it into a 143 cube engine. But the thing's still, besides that. It's got a different front wheel on it, and we changed tyres, and we did a few other things, and it runs on E98 now. So from the factory, those things make about 89 horsepower. That's the Harley's manufacturer spec from the factory. Ours is made at 214 horsepower, but we've rolled it back a little bit, so around about 205, makes 205, 206 horsepower, and the thing still weighs just shy of 400 kilos. So that's without rider, 400 kilos, which is a lot for a bike. And it's what's called a bagger. So we got it's got the saddlebags on the side, and so it's a heavy bit of gear. And Mark and the team managed to run into the ninth, so it's the quickest bagger in the country. Quickest in the country. We're still doing a bit of research, but bagger racing in America is getting quite big, to the point they're actually making their own frames, swing arms. They're changing everything to carbon fibre. Now, some of those aspirated bikes are running 920s now, but we figure they're probably 100 pounds or more lighter than us. So that's the next step. So we reckon we're probably in the top 10 in the world for that style of bike, which is just amazing. And from a little, like, people wouldn't know where Gladstone is. Like, probably a lot of people in Australia wouldn't know where Gladstone is, let alone around the world. So it's good to be a little part of that, because I work in that place. And like obviously I don't know any work on the bike or that, but just to be part of that team is good, because the guys are making it happen. And a few of the other boys, Sam, the head tech in the workshop, he's built his own bike. And it's going to nitrous, and that thing's going to run nines all day long as well soon. So once he sorts that out, and so it's just cool. So so guys, if you're in the market for a Harley or Harley parts, or if you want to upgrade your Harley, or you know someone with a Harley, give us a shout. We can help you out there, and it's been really good. Peter Lego, best all bike we had in a while. You made it with the commentary. Thanks, Pete. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Like I said, I just do what I do, and I really do appreciate that you guys appreciate it. So it means a lot to me, and that's what I get out of it as well. Means a lot. So that was all bikes. It was just fantastic. Put it on your calendar, guys. I'll keep you updated as soon as the dates come out for next year. About the same time again next year. So I don't think people understand. Obviously, I've been involved in drag racing or roundabouts for 30 odd years. So obviously most of that was at Willowbank. Well, 20 odd years at least at Willowbank before I ventured out, and I went to Warwick Dragway, and I did a bit of work there with Kerry Digney, who's a bit of a legend in the sport, of course. So it was great to commentate with him on occasions. And those guys out there, just a fantastic group. And then to travel a little bit further, and then I've been to Benarabi, and I do Mackay, and I've done Roma. Roma's fantastic as well, and I think the Willowbank bubble. There's a bit of a Willowbank bubble that it only sort of happens here, but it doesn't. These other tracks have got their own stuff going on, and it's really good, and it's different atmosphere and a different culture, and it's awesome. I love it, and I really get a kick out of doing the regional tracks, and of course I miss working at Willowbank but the small stuff's good, and that's, I guess, the heart. You know what I mean? Like, Willowbank's maybe like Willowbank and Sydney are like the face of the sport, whereas the regional tracks are the heart. To me, that's just my opinion. And I'm not putting anyone down. I'm just saying how I feel. It just feels more, I don't know. I'm not saying organic. That'll sound ridiculous. But anyway, all bikes. Hey, Dave Mahayat, how you going? Troy Coronis, Brendan Gilgore, mate. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm probably dribbling on a little bit because I don't know what to say, because it's been a while, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of it. I made the camera work first up, so that was good. Darlow Drive, mate. Hey, Chairman, good to see you on the mend, mate. You did buy a Ford, so maybe you did take a head knock, mate. But anyway, enough of that. So more events coming up, guys. I want to keep you updated. I want to try and do, and I keep talking about it, I want to try and do some bits and pieces in the pits and that, and I'm just going to do some little videos and just show you some of those characters in our sport. Like, there's guys that'll turn up to every meeting that's on at a regional track and just do their thing, and I think it's good. I think the other thing I like about the regional tracks is you don't have to have a 7-second dragster or a blown car or whatever. You can turn up in your Commodore, in your $500 Commodore you bought from, you know, Billy down the road, well, actually had a street. We got a street class here at Benaraby. There's a couple of, I reckon, probably $200 or $300 Falcons that run in that, and you can't tell me those guys aren't having heaps of fun. So that's what it's all about, and you can do that. Whereas you can't do that, obviously, you can at street meets and that, but to make them part of a bigger event, so it's like they're part of a championship round. There's a street class at Benaraby here for the championship, and it's good to get those guys involved because you never know where our next race is coming from, our next champion, you know, Group 1 champion, whatever. You got to start somewhere. Sitters for a test and chew. Good to see you. Might ride down from early. Dave Wallace, mate. Yeah, I'll let you know, mate. Andrew Lister, yeah, see you next weekend, mate. Looking forward to working with you. So Andrew Lister's a commentator, and mate, have you moved back to North Queensland? I know you moved down to Melbourne, mate. I don't know if you've moved back, but mate, I'm looking forward. Next week we had a little stint there a couple of years ago up at Springmount. So Andrew does the commentary up at Springmount Raceway there. Yeah, mate, should be good, fantastic next weekend at Powerfest. Insane performance. Got to give all the sponsors a wrap there. So, all right, guys, that's probably about it. Once again, just a couple of things. Shout out to everyone that showed me some support. Like I said, I'm going to try and do some little bits and pieces just to make it a bit interesting, just something a little bit different for you guys, and just give you a bit of insight. There's some real characters, some real wonderful people in our sport, and I just want to see if I can give you a little bit behind the scenes stuff, which will be fantastic. Grassroots racing like Six Bangers. Mark, yeah, mate, I miss Six Bangers. Mate, I really miss Six Bangers. So, guys, for those of you that don't know, Warwick Dragway each year has an event around about September, about this time of year, called Six Bangers, and as the name implies, it's 6 cylinders only. So, man, we used to get some weird and wonderful and just amazing machines at that event. It was a killer event. Okay, Dave Phipps. Yeah, mate, 100%. 100%. G-Bear, mate, hello, champion. Good to have you, mate. No dramas. Guys, yeah, so thanks for your support. Get to a track. Get involved in drag racing. You don't have to be a racer to be involved in drag racing. Tracks are always looking out for helpers and volunteers. If you can chip in and help a little bit, that's awesome. Volunteers are hard because everyone's so time poor. Everyone's got so much going on and have to be here, there, and everywhere. And so if you can give some of your time just to help a racer, to help the track, you know, it's good. It's good fun. And I mean, there's a reason so many of us just are obsessed with drag racing, because it's just good, wholesome fun. 100%. We can't have all $200,000 race car. Yeah, Nick Petrescu, that's spot on, man. And bring Six Bangers next year, Daniel Patrick. Yeah, mate, it'd be good. It'd be fantastic to have Six Bangers back. So, all right, get to a track. Support those that are putting on events, because honestly, they're doing it tough at the moment in terms of they got to jump through a lot of hoops to make events happen at the time. Matty Lloyd down there at Warwick, man, he's such a cool young fella, and he's putting in a massive amount of effort. He's had those couple of no prep days, which have been bangers by the looks of it, from just what I can see on the Facey book and the response from the races. But yeah, guys, get out there, support it. Maybe plan your holiday. If you're a true drag racer, you probably do it anyway, but you plan your holidays around an event somewhere. You got to go and do some drag racing, or take part in drag racing on your holidays. So I always say, if you can do it, get out to a regional track, an event you haven't been to before, something like that, just to experience it, because you'll enjoy it. I'm telling you. I don't know. What else can I tell you? Hey? What else can you tell? All right, guys. Got a few things coming up. I did a little bit of a project. A week or so ago with help from Dave and Karen from On Point Media Solutions. And just the budget, my budget, sort of restricted that a little bit. But I'll release that. I'll release that in a couple of weeks, and if anyone's interested, maybe I'll look at doing something with that. But anyway, we'll have a look at that. I don't want to say too much at the moment because, like I said, I just don't have the budget for it. But a couple of people, let's just say, received the goods of that, and they're pretty happy with that. So I'll see what I can do. Talk to you soon. Love is all. If you need help, shout out. Thank you everyone for the support. Love is all. I don't know. What else can I say? Drag racing's life. We all do it because we love it, not because we're in it to make money or whatever the case. But we just do it because that's what makes us happy, what brings us energy, and gives us something to look forward to. All right, guys. Thank you. It's on now. What's on now? It's on now. Jess Beckham. It's on now. Oh, rightio. Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. Alright guys, thank you. Share this if you can. Maybe some people couldn't join us tonight. And I'll be back next week. 7:30, Tuesdays, 7:30 still suit you guys, I reckon. I don't want to interrupt or interfere with anyone else's programs or podcasts or whatever they're doing. But if that works for you, I'll keep doing this. And I think I think Tuesday's good. It's like if I do an event, I can give you a bit of a recap. Give me a day to recover, and then I can give you a bit of a recap the following day. So we'll go from there. Debbie Mackay, thank you for your support. Carlzo, love ya. Fipsy, thanks mate. G Bear. That's it. I'm out. Thanks guys. Love ya.